for your business, for all life's events. Key Video.
There's something cooking in the neighborhood. From where I stand, it's looking mighty good. You're gonna love it. Come dine with me. Come dine with me. Come dine with me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Western New York's favorite restaurant and cooking show. Come Dine with Me, brought to you by Artisan Kitchen and Baths and Buffalo Hotel Supply. I'm Russ Salvatore.
And I'm Jan Farrington, and we are so glad you joined us today because we have some new recipes and cooking techniques that you are not going to want to miss. Also, a little later on, with a recipe all their own, are some of the area's youngest aspiring chefs, and they are so darn cute.
Looking forward to it, Jan. And these chefs aren't bad looking either. Welcome, chefs.
Thanks, Russ. It takes a little more work these days. I'm in the kitchen with Sarah from the Village Inn in Grand Island. We're going to be making firecracker crab soup. Don't miss this.
You know, it's kind of a tradition in the Italian family to have pasta every single Sunday. On occasions, my daughter would come home with a new date, and I'd want to make that guy a special dish, a real special dish. So I'm going to be preparing penne arrabbiata, which means prepared in the angry way. It's going to get hot and spicy later.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. We're headed down to Pinehurst Elementary. I'm working with a group of kindergartners. Simple, French toast and omelets.
Well, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day too, Krista. And guys, I'm sensing a hot and spicy theme during your segments. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Right now, the part of the show you told us you're looking forward to every week, our home invasion. We're headed to the Matai household.
About 2 years ago, a lot of different things happened, but I went through a major change in my life because I went through a divorce. It was painful no matter what, because you never really enter into a relationship just counting on it not lasting. And I didn't really know whether or not I was going to be able to keep my home. That was scary.
It was like when she was going through something, I felt it, and I would just immediately start to pray for her.
She's the type of person that will come up to you and give you the best hug in the whole wide world.
When you have someone in your corner who's able to help you walk through some things and show you which emotion is the right emotion and which is not, and which is the right decision and which is not, is very important.
These people have seen me through the best of times and the worst of times, and they've been there praying for me, praying with me. We are very, very close, all of us. It was very important to have this kitchen built because it symbolized the newness of my life. It symbolized a new beginning.
It's cheery, it's bright, and just something that she can call her own.
I think I heard of Artisan from my neighbors downstairs. I went there looking for appliances, and I met Julia, and she was just so sweet. She seemed to have a feel for what I was trying to do with the kitchen. It was like it was the first sign that everything's good, everything's gonna be okay.
I think she did a good job. The kitchen is beautiful, just like she is.
Welcome to my home.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
When Krista came, I was telling her I was a Southern girl and I liked Southern food, but I told her I was also open to something different.
So I was like, wow, let's bring down south back home here and bring your friends around the table.
I'm interested in knowing what's good to cook, what tastes good.
I would like to learn a little bit more about healthy cooking.
To learn something new that I can actually take home and experiment on my family.
So I was eager to participate.
I decided to do something that she's going to be able to make. That was catfish, and it was just beautiful. Rather than the collard greens, we did the beet tops.
A lot of people don't know what to do with the top of the beets, they throw them out. What we did is we took them, added it to the pan, then we finish it with a little crisped pancetta for presentation.
I had to have some cornmeal in there.
We made polenta today. We cooked it in a pan, fried it in butter. Then we layered it with some caponatina and arugula, seasoned with olive oil and honey. It was out of this world.
We had a ball.
Martha, now we're going to make some roasted beet tops. Anytime's a good time to have a root vegetable like roasted beet tops. Most folks take the actual beet and they use it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the actual tops, the greens, and we're going to saute that. So we're going to start with just a little bit of 100% butter here. We like to use butter. And we're just going to roll that around till it gets melted. Okay?
Okay.
Now we're going to add some fresh chopped onions.
I learned how to caramelize onions the correct way, so I will be doing that from now on with other dishes.
We added the chopped beet tops to it, let it simmer down. We added some chicken stock. We added a little fresh ground black pepper. Then we finished it with a little crisped pancetta for presentation. The second dish was fried white beans. We sauteed some fresh garlic. We added the beans to it. We got it to a nice crusty finish, added some fresh parsley on the top. Delicious.
Today I had 2 assistants to help me out with our catfish. We started out with Elfrida. She helped me out cutting out the jalapeno peppers. We took all the seeds out. That's the fire, the membrane. We oven roasted our red peppers, peeled everything away, put it in the food processor, and we had a nice roasted red pepper puree.
Ooh, those roasted peppers. I didn't know how to do roasted peppers. I'm not a pepper person. But boy, when she opened that up and it was delicious.
I learned to make the sauteed fish in a totally different way. Instead of using all the flour and all that oil, she just used some light lemon juice, cornmeal mixed with the Cajun spices. I mean, it was just so simple.
We seasoned that fish up good and sauteed that in a hot pan with just a simple canola oil, 3 minutes per side. Off it goes. Clean that pan out. I added some butter, sauteed out some shallots, added those jalapeno peppers, deglazed it with a bit of white wine, finished it with a bit of heavy cream. I reduced that sauce down, finished it with our roasted red pepper puree, a bit of lemon, salt, and pepper.
She worked that catfish. She worked the catfish. It was top notch.
Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa.
Don't sing, just cook. Let me tell you, I love Marco. I do. I love Marco, but I am so glad he's a chef and not a singer.
I really thought I had a good voice, and she told me to stick to my day job. I really like that song, too.
Barb, today we're gonna make polenta. Have you ever made polenta?
No.
Polenta is cool. It's like a gelatinous cornmeal. And we're gonna go over to the stove and start it.
Okay, good.
Come on over. Join us.
You bring a pot of water to a boil, 6 cups, and you add a 1.5 cups of cornmeal. You actually just whisk it. Then you season it with some Romano cheese, crushed hot pepper, and some butter. Once it's thickened, pour it out on a tray and let it get firm. It takes about 20-25 minutes. Then you cut it out with a cookie cutter and pan fry it in some whole butter. We're gonna take a PVC pipe and we're gonna layer it. We put it right in the bottom, and we put about a teaspoon of caponattina, which is an eggplant and tomato spread. We layered arugula, and the dressing was honey, olive oil, and lemon. It just takes it right over the top. It's so fresh and crisp. It's like washing your hair. Stack, rinse, repeat. And we just built it up a couple high and pulled the PVC pipe off so they kept its shape. It was really cool.
So Barb, after all this hard work, what do you say? You come dine with me?
Yes.
This looks great, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Delicious. Very
I love
good.
the peppery, the
Let's
sweet.
eat it all.
Let's do it.
How did I like the meal? It was just fantastic.
The fish wasn't heavy, it was light, it was fluffy, it was delicious.
I feel like it was an honor to be here and to be in the presence of such wonderful chefs.
They are excellent in their own right, but yet, you know, they're still humble and it's easy to work with them.
And it was delightful to be with my friends.
It felt like home. It felt like just a warm family gathering.
It really meant a lot.
I really think it's just a symbol of the greater things that's in store for me. I think that this, God has given me this to let me know that this is just the beginning, girlfriend. I got some great things in store for you. This is only touching the tip of the iceberg. You just hold on to your seat and just see what I got in store for you.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
The Village Inn, located on Ferry Road in Grand Island, offers a quaint, home-like atmosphere for your dining pleasure. And the food? Ah yes, the food. Homemade soups from scratch, prime rib and pasta specials, along with Western New York favorites, including our famous fish fry. And of course, a perfect ending to one of our great meals, our famous desserts. It truly is Grand Island's best-kept secret. The Village Inn, comfort food at its best.
Hello, I'm Russ Salvatore. Holidays are just around the corner. A gift certificate for Russell's Steaks, Chops, and more, or an overnight stay at Salvatore's Grand Hotel could be a great suggestion. For every $100 that you would spend, I will give you a complimentary $25 gift certificate. From our staff to you, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Be our guest, let me do the rest.
Some say it's our amazing sports bar featuring a variety of specialty and craft beers. Others say it's our relaxed and comfortable dining room. But whatever draws you to Avezzano Ristorante, one thing's for certain. You're going to get great Italian at a great price. We pride ourselves on our traditional sauces, homemade pastas, and delectable entrees. Avezzano Ristorante, 204 Como Park Boulevard, just minutes from the Galleria Mall, where you always feel right at home.
Think global, but stay local at the Salvatore School of Hospitality and Business at Trocaire College, where we prepare you for a future in the ever-growing worldwide hospitality industry.
Sometimes being a student and being a mom can be an impossible combination. Trocaire gave me the flexibility that I needed to succeed in the classroom and as a parent.
A world of opportunity is waiting at the Trocaire School of Hospitality. Contact us today and begin your journey to success.
Today's show is titled Beauty and the Beast. Let's guess which one's the beast. I'm going to make a classic penne arrabbiata, which means prepared in the angry way. This is a dish that I used to prepare each and every Sunday when my daughter would bring a new boyfriend over the house. I wanted to teach him a lesson. Okay? This is a very, very simple dish. Watch how easy it is. Watch how fast it is. So we're going to start with our nice hot pan. It's very, very important to keep our pan hot. And this is my trusted assistant, Gina, who happens to also be my lovely daughter. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. It's important to use the very, very best ingredients you can. If you ever wonder why the food in the restaurant sometimes tastes better than the stuff that the items that you prepare at home, it's because they use the top-of-the-line, best, freshest ingredients. So now that we got our pan nice and smoking hot, we're going to take and we're going to add some of our pancetta. Now, pancetta is nothing more than an Italian bacon, which is not smoked. All right, adds a really nice subtle flavor. Now, if you want to make this more of a vegetarian dish and you don't want to use the pancetta, you can choose to do so. To that, we're going to add some finely diced onions, fresh onions. I'm going to put that in there. We're going to let that saute. Gino, you want to give me a hand here and just kind of stir that up for me? That would be great. Now, you can just smell the flavors permeating on that one. That's outstanding. Okay, let's add a little bit more oil in there, just a little bit. Okay, now we got it the way we like it. Okay, well, now we're going to add to our sauteed onions and pancetta some fresh chopped garlic. Okay, Gina, you want to give that a little stir? All right, we're going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. And what that tomato paste is going to do is add a little bit of body of thickness to our sauce. Now, the real trick here is, and this is the secret, which isn't really a secret, but this is the item that really makes the difference and makes this whole dish. This is a San Marzano tomato. And this is a prized, very, very, very specialty tomato that's processed in Italy. I put a little fresh basil in there. All I did was take a 28-ounce can. I put the juice in it as well. And now I'm going to add it to our sauce mixture. Can you smell that? Isn't that amazing? Okay. And here comes the fun part. We're going to add a little bit of our cracked black pepper. And I always like using fresh, cracked, seasoned spices.
This is a really nice pan. Where did you get this from?
I happen to get all of my product from Buffalo Hotel Supply. They got the finest stainless flatware. They got cooking apparatus. They got pots, pans, trays. Anything you could possibly imagine that you could use in the kitchen, they have it. And not only do they have it, but they have the best of everything. I think you'd be pleased if you go there. Really, really nice stuff. I've been shopping there for years. Okay, our sauce is right at the stage now. We're going to add the really, really happy fun stuff. And that's going to be our puree or our chopped fresh peppers. Now, you can use poblano peppers, a crushed red pepper. You can use pepper sauce. I'm going to make it real hot because I really don't like that new guy that you got going on with. So I'm going to fix him. So we'll stir that around real nice. Okay? So I'm going to go over to the stove and get my penne that's been cooking. It's just about, oh yeah, it's ready to go. And here's the beauty of this. This pan is another feature over at Buffalo Hotel Supply that I absolutely love. You can cook the pasta and strain it in one pan, so it's one step. You're not running back and forth to the stove. Makes things much, much simpler, much, much easier. Now we're going to add this to our sauce. Can you smell the heat in there? Oh, yeah. Now we're going to stir that around. And that's basically it. Let me give you a hand with that if you don't mind.
Yeah, you're the professional.
Look at that, how nice that is. Isn't that simple? What's nice about this as well is it's a one-pan entree. Simple, quick, healthy, awesome. now let's try it. Ooh, that's delicious. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. You must really hate my new boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. I make it hotter next time. My name's Art Christie, owner of Frontier Catering.
Come dine with me.
Thanks, Art and Gina. After this, we're on a field trip to Pinehurst Elementary. But next, I want you to meet Sarah Smith, chef at the Village Inn in Grand Island.
Oh, Russ, I had the chance to meet Chef Sarah. I went to lunch at the Village Inn the other day, and it is such a quaint, charming restaurant. You know, I think we've got to go sometime because I had the best lunch. Everything from this spicy chowder to crab cakes and salmon cakes. I know, I'm making you hungry.
Sounds delicious.
I know. I had a great salad, and on the dessert board, no less, I counted 15 homemade desserts. And Chef Sarah picked for me. I had the cinnamon pumpkin bread pudding. Oh, out of this world. So, we've got to go.
Well, it's a date. I hope you're going to bring me there sometime, babe. You got me stuttering, you know.
Okay. Well, the Village Inn is a true restaurant treasure here in Western New York. Watch this, and you're going to see why.
Today I have the pleasure of working with a full-time mom who is a self-proclaimed old-school cook who doesn't measure or use recipes, a woman after my own heart, who's actually going to make a hot and spicy firecracker crab soup. Am I right?
Yes.
So hot and spicy, they put the right chef in place?
Sure did.
So I was involved in the prep work, and I saw there's 9 million different kinds of hot peppers. There's jalapenos, there's bananas, there's roasted, there's red, yellow, there's all different kinds. Sarah and I prepped this up. We got our mise en place in place, and our pot is nice and hot. We're going to start making our soup. What's our first step?
Well, we're going to need the oil first.
Okay. Now, any kind of olive oil or just a...
We just use a regular standard olive oil at the restaurant.
Okay.
And then we have garlic.
And what soup doesn't have garlic? I mean, you got to have garlic in everything, am I right?
And then we have the Hungarian peppers.
Now, the Hungarian peppers are hot.
Right.
Aren't they?
I de-seeded them, but
Okay.
I left some of the seeds in so that we get the firecracker in the soup.
So I understand when you have the Hungarian pepper and you cut it in half, there's a vein down the center that actually has oil, and that's what makes the pepper hot. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. So we got, how many Hungarian peppers did we put in there?
About a cup and a half.
Wow, that's a lot of peppers. And then you got some jalapenos. Now, those are no joke.
Right. And I also left seeds in some of the peppers when I chopped them as well.
What do we have next?
Now we have the onions.
Okay. So now, Sarah, you're using roasted peppers. Can you give me a tip on how to roast the peppers? These are red, yellow, and orange sweet peppers?
Right.
If I'm going to do these at home?
Well, at the restaurant, of course, we have a grill, so we put them on the grill and we fire roast them. And then if you are at home and you don't have the option of a grill, you have a gas stove, you can put them over the flame. And if you don't have gas, you use electric, then you can put them under the broiler.
Oh, perfect. So it really is kind of easy. And then once you get this off, you peel all the char?
Well, the trick is to put it in a paper bag for a few minutes and the skins release. And then you can take the skins off.
Perfect, nice and easy. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. Now, how many peppers did you use in that soup?
This is about 2 cups of the roasted red peppers.
Which would equal about how many fresh peppers?
I want to say it was about 4 to 5 big ones.
Okay. What's next?
Next, we're going to add the stock. I have about 10 cups of fresh seafood stock. We make all our stocks from fresh at the restaurant.
Okay. Now, in order to make the seafood stock, you just boil the shells, any seafood, and you bring it to a boil.
Right.
And then once the shells are boiled, you run it through a cheesecloth, and that's how you get the stock, and it's got nothing but flavor.
And now we're going to add a little bit of pepper.
Okay.
I use coarse ground at the restaurant.
It's easier to gauge, too, when you use coarse.
And then I also use a little bit of celery salt. I use celery salt in all of my soups.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 3 bay leaves here.
And what are some of the other soups that you make at the Village Inn?
We tend to make a lot of spicy soups. We always have one spicy soup. We have a clear soup, and usually a cream soup. So we always have about 3 different soups running at all times. Our most popular soup is the lemon Tabasco clam chowder, which I couldn't make here today because there's too many secrets involved.
That's right.
We make that as soon as it runs out.
Perfect. So what's next?
Now we're going to bring the soup to a boil so that we can thicken it.
So, Sarah, our soup boiled in about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Next step, you're going to add?
We're going to add the roux, which is usually equal parts of flour and butter. And you want it to be the consistency of sand.
Okay.
We're just going to add a little bit at a time here.
And how much are we going to add?
I usually, for a small batch, do a little less than a pound of butter.
Okay.
But you want
I told you, she doesn't measure and she doesn't use recipes, so this is great.
You want to whisk it
Okay.
So it's getting pretty thick right now. And that's what the roux does. It makes your soup nice and hearty. It's a thickening agent. Just flung some over there. That should probably do it right there.
Okay. And then what do we add next?
Next, we're going to add the heavy cream.
Now, you want to add almost the whole quart?
Probably about half.
About half a quart. And you don't want to use heavy, or you don't want to use half and half. You want to use the heavy cream.
Right, because that's what's going to give it the velvety feel when you are eating that.
I know you don't use a recipe and you don't measure. That's just how I cook. So tell me when.
Well, it's nice and thick.
It's all about eyeball, isn't it?
It sure is.
All right.
Okay, that's good right there.
That looks great.
Now we're just going to let this cook for another minute or so, and then we want to turn it off because we don't want the soup to break. The fats in the cream will break down and become runny. Now, Marco, now that our pot of soup is finished, we're going to add the crab meat.
Okay. We're using a back fin crab, which is really sweet. It's going to add great flavor and texture to the soup. And we're going to add a lot to it, too. There's no joke. Village Inn doesn't fool around when they add their crab to the soup. That looks amazing. It smells even better. Wow, look at the crab. It's so creamy. I'm sure it's going to be spicy.
It's definitely one of the Village Inn favorites.
Well, I can't wait to try it. Here we go. Man. The sweetness of the crab, the creaminess of the soup. But let me tell you something. They brought the right chef to the table because that is some spicy chowder. You are a firecracker. A short hop over the Grand Island Bridge, 1488 Ferry Road. Visit my friends at the Village Inn. I'm Chef Marco.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
Today's program is sponsored in part by Buffalo Hotel Supply. Design, deliver, and install. We can do it all.
And by Key Video Productions. This holiday season, give the perfect gift. A video storybook made from old photos. Key Video, creating the image you deserve.
Looking for your next favorite restaurant? Then open the door to Gatehouse Grill. At Gatehouse, we make everything from scratch, including our soups and sauces. Enjoy our award-winning Chicken Rockefeller or a specialty martini from our copper-topped bar. And don't forget dessert, handcrafted daily by our pastry chef. It's no wonder Janice Oken gives us 3.5 out of 4 stars. Gatehouse Grill. Fine dining food, casual dining prices.
Think global, but stay local at the Salvatore School of Hospitality and Business at Trocaire College, where we prepare you for a future in the ever-growing worldwide hospitality industry.
In just 2 years, I got the education I needed to open my own restaurant. Trocaire even helped me expand my network in the community. Those connections are priceless.
A world of opportunity is waiting at the Trocaire School of Hospitality. Contact us today and begin your journey to success. The romance of Tuscany, the flavor of DiPaolo's, everything you love about DiPaolo's, the food, the friendship, the family. Whether in our elegant dining room or outside in the courtyard, the atmosphere is authentic. For a simple dinner out or the affair of a lifetime, find Tuscany in your own backyard. Ilio DiPaolo's Restaurant, Banquets, and Ringside Lounge in Blaisdell, a family restaurant with a gourmet touch.
I am here today to get you guys into the kitchen. I'm going to teach you how to cook. I'm going to ask you today to ask your parents to let you come help them, because that's what it's all about. You know, why don't we think about maybe making breakfast? How about breakfast? Does that sound like a good idea, everyone? Crack, put your 2 fingers in there. When you're making omelets, what I would like for you to do is to season just a bit of salt and a little black pepper. Put it right in there. Just like Emerald. Bam! Let's do it a little more. For your French toast, we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla. And cinnamon would be my secret in French toast. There we go, a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, whisk that good. You're gonna dip that in there. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty. Place it in the pan, I'll help you. Let's go right over there. Nice. Oh, that French toast is smelling good, it's looking good. All right, here we go. is looking good. Let's plate her up. All right, let's garnish that with some powdered sugar. All over, just shake it. Feel, there you go. Feeling the love, I'm feeling the love. You're gonna hold on right there, okay? I'm going to add your egg. You ready? There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, forward, back. Whoa! Okay, and we'll just lay that right there. Beautiful. Oh, syrup coming. I'm gonna go get syrup for you. Does everyone have a fork? Can you pass these down, kids? Make sure everybody has a fork. Cook at home. Share the love. Put some love in the food. I love you guys. Oh, you were just great. Thank you so much. I love working with you. High five. I missed you. I'm sorry. Double for the girls. Double for the girls. Yes.
When you think Orazio's, think choices. From authentic Italian and fresh seafood to spectacular specials. When you think Orazio's, think homemade. From fresh bread and desserts to made from scratch pastas. When you think Orazio's, think tradition, with more than 20 years as a Western New York favorite. And when you think Orazio's, think tonight. Orazio's Restaurant. It's not like home, it is home.
Hello, I'm Russ Salvatore of Russell's Steaks, Chops, and More and Salvatore's Grand Hotel. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and to thank you for your patronage.
Everybody's talking about the Grapevine, from tender steaks and mouth-watering sandwiches to classic pasta dishes and colossal burgers. If you're hungry for something different than the usual chain restaurant, then get to the Grapevine and spread the word.
That's our show for today. As always, I encourage you to choose Western New York's great independent restaurants when dining out this week.
And if you'd like to learn more about any of the restaurants you've seen on our program, or you'd like the complete recipes from our wonderful chefs, just visit our Facebook page and become a fan today. For everyone here at Come Dine With Me Western New York, I'm Jan Farrington.
And I'm Russ Salvatore. Time to stick a fork in it, Jan, cause we are done.
As prosperous a country as the United States, there is no reason that people should be hungry. But unfortunately, they are. Here in Western New York, we serve nearly 100,000 individuals in 4 counties that are hungry. 39,000 of them are children and 8,000 are seniors. They need our help. Russell Salvatore has been a longtime friend of the food bank. Russell has contributed prizes to our Sweet Charity Gala every February. He also donated when Jixter of 97 Rock was living on a trailer during Rock Out Hunger last November. So any little bit that someone could donate to us, either in a food donation or a financial donation, goes a long way in helping us with our mission of feeding the hungry.
For your business, for all life's events, Key Video.